trending steady.
It's trending on Twitter.
It's huge. It's trending all over the internet.
Oh, it is your trending stories. What is going up? Happy Monday. It is Marco and Dani, and these stories get you caught up with everything you need to know before your day starts here on Good Morning Frederick. What's up, Dani?
Oh, yes. Happy Monday. It's great to have you here, and I love these trending stories we're going to talk about this morning.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to start off on my end with not a great trending story. Obviously, the Battle of the Beltway happened yesterday, and, everybody that knows me knows I'm a huge fan of the Washington Commanders. Listen, I mean, in this area, the Battle of the Beltway, it only happens once every 4 years because they're not really in the same division.
Yep.
And it just wasn't, wasn't great if you are a Commanders fan for sure, but congratulations to the Ravens. It was hard fought, and I'm sure the Ravens fans are going to go ahead and take it in stride and just be gracious. You know how it is. It wasn't great yesterday if you're a Skins fan. But you know what's funny is, the Ravens have been doing it for a while, and we haven't, and so you got to like the fact that they came out and did whatever. But Jaden Daniels looked pretty good. Terry McLaurin,
he didn't seem to have as much protection today. He seemed to try to do what he could, but he kind of he was trying to play alone, I think, a little bit.
Trying to play. Why does Lamar wear a winter hat when it's 85 degrees outside? That's what I tweeted earlier. Listen, I don't know. I mean, I can't really hate on Lamar. He's a good quarterback. But what are we doing? They bottled him up. They really had a really good. Listen, the Ravens are a perennial. I mean, they're unstoppable. Derrick Henry is a cheat code. They got a good team. They probably will go to the Super Bowl. So it was a big test. I just didn't like the fact that and again, it's going to sound like loser talk, but there were a few calls that I thought were sketchy that didn't go. I mean, they hit Jaden Daniels in the face one time, didn't call a 15-yard penalty. Even on TV, they're like, I don't know, that doesn't look like a penalty. But we got, our defense has some issues. We've got issues going around everywhere. But you know what? Congratulations. Hats off to the Ravens. You guys, fantastic.
I'm just glad we scored as much as we did, and it was as close as it actually was. That's, for us.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse, and in years past, it has been a lot worse. I think the Commanders are still on a trajectory going upwards, and we got a lot to look forward to. But you know what? Congratulations, Baltimore, Battle of the Beltway. You won that one, and now Lamar Jackson. I think he's 22-1 all time versus the NFC in general. And they got a good squad, man. You got to give up to them. But
I think as long as the Commanders can pick off all the guys in our division, I think we're good to go. I mean, I think we'll still have a great season finish. Not
a big fan of the way we're playing defense. I think every draft pick we make next year needs to be on the defensive side of the football. Also not a big fan of all of our – this is a typical Washington Commanders thing. We start getting into the season, and then we got guys like Jonathan Allen hurt his shoulder and wanted to be on the sideline because Derrick Henry was running everywhere. Dorrance Armstrong, one of our other big second play of the game's on the sideline. B-Rob – Brian Robinson Jr. last week, no problems, nothing. All of a sudden he shows up on the injury report and then he doesn't play against the best defense. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. To me, it's like some of these guys, they just sort of start coasting and they need to be, and maybe I'm stretching. I don't know. Maybe they really are hurt. I don't know. They didn't look like it, but you know what? Again, hats off to Baltimore.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens the rest of the year.
Well, there's some conspiracies floating around TikTok, and if you're in the D.C. area, actually, and also in North Carolina, this came up on my feed a couple of times, that there was some foreign object spotted in the skies over North Carolina and D.C., and the timeline is suspiciously the same. It would have made sense if something came from North Carolina over to DC. But let's watch Beauty Mark here on what he first posted.
All right, here we go.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I just so happened to see the video about where the guy in Raleigh, North Carolina was talking about how he saw it around 3 a.m. I saw it around 3:20, so that kind of adds up. And see, right now I'm in Washington, D.C., specifically around Capitol Hill. And I have about 100 other locals that said that they saw the same exact thing around that time. So I have no idea what the guy's talking about, how he saw the aircraft crash around 12 a.m. I don't really know what that is specifically. I don't know if he's talking about the same thing or whatever. But there are thousands of residents apparently that live in North Carolina that are saying that they saw the same exact thing around the same exact time. So I don't really know, but I can tell you for sure that I've never seen a aircraft that large just blazing through the sky, especially now at 3 a.m. But I'm actually in the car right now. I'm about to go investigate and see what the I can find, because apparently there's a lot of police traffic down there right now. And whatever it was huge as I mean, I've never seen an aircraft like that big, or at least just that on fire. I couldn't tell for sure, but that was blazing through the sky like crazy. And I've actually had the privilege of seeing a UFO crash. I know that sounds crazy to anybody listening to me right now, but just hear me out, okay? I used to live in Colorado, okay? And if you go around Denver, sometimes in the night, throughout the year, you might see some really weird, okay? That crash is actually documented as well. I'm probably going to post an article in the comment section because it was around 2012, so I got to find it. But when it happened, it was really crazy actually, because as soon as it came down crashing, there was a ton of fighter jets behind it. And then as soon as it crashed, the entire power to the Denver airport just so happened to be out.
It's really interesting because there's actually footage of a streak across the sky that was very wide that came down around. And I saw 3 or 4 videos of people in DC, and there were hundreds of police officers around, and no one could figure out what was exactly happening. So just very odd stuff happening over DC and North Carolina.
You know what I like actually is I like the fact that he sounds like every guy on the news. It sounded like a freight train, and that, you know, it's like it's just very vivid memory of exactly what happened. Dropped a few F-bombs in there just to make it good. Well, what was it? Did you see the actual? Did anybody get a visual, or was it just they just saw lights?
Well, in the North Carolina video, well, actually, I think it was a North Carolina video. There were 4 lights in the sky that were flickering and disappearing very quickly and reemerging. And then we saw that like chemtrail that he posted right before that. But then other people are starting to like corroborate timelines and what they saw as well. So who knows? Who knows what's happening? Who's taking over DC? You never know.
Wow. I mean, that's incredible. Well, I mean, there seems to be more and more of that type of stuff going on. I mean, I see all kinds of, with the advent of the Ring video camera, now with cameras literally almost every square inch of the United States and the world, really, and all the kind of weird stuff that's kind of been going on that keeps saying the veil is thinning if you're within the, and listen, I'm not making fun of it. I'm right there with you with the, with all these, stories and conspiracy theories as they were. Although every conspiracy theory that I've been following has actually come true, so who knows? But we'll see. I mean,
I always say the more they say we're crazy, the more it's probably true.
100%. Yeah, the government's never going to tell you they're doing stuff. I think we have crafts that if you were to tell the general public what we can actually really do, it would shock all of them. I think we can do almost anything you could probably think of at this point. We're just hiding most of it. I don't know if you saw this story, but let me tell you something. I played Little League football. Obviously, loved football my entire life. And I'll play the story and then we'll just talk about it, because this to me is something that I just cannot believe if you've ever seen anything. Yeah, so check this out and let me know what you think.
Belt to ass trend that's been going on in youth football. I got 3 crazy videos I want you to watch. I'm going to shut up and come in on the other side.
So this kid has this belt, and he's smacking these other kids with this belt.
To ass.
What in the heck?
It's called BTA.
Who is allowing this?
Yeah.
This is the handshake after the game, right?
Yeah, when you're already pissed if you lost.
What?
First
That's
of all,
very
let me say
aggressive.
Every adult associated with allowing these kids to do this would be
And that's
fired.
what he goes on to say there. I mean, listen, this happens to be, it's poor sportsmanship, number one. But these the coaches, you cannot, let me tell you something. Anybody watching this that actually knows me, you try to hit me with a belt after I've lost after a game, it's going down on the 50-yard line. That is not happening. I don't care what age I was. And 90% of the friends that I played with would also be the same way. I don't even know how this starts. I don't even know how this gets accepted.
Who started this at all?
but it's called BTA, belt to ass, and these coaches let these kids come out after this team is whooped up on you and smack you. Instead of, giving you a handshake on the butt or whatever, smacking the butt, they take a belt and smack you. Nah, dude, it's so weird how these things start, but it goes back to me. How do the coach, if I were a coach, I'd be like, nobody better have a belt. If I see a belt, you're going to get the belt from your parents, or you're just not going to be on this team. I'll just throw you off the team.
That is unbelievable that this is a trend that is supported by parents and or coaches. Unbelievable, unacceptable, just crazy.
I mean, it is insane. To me, I just can't. I can't even fathom. I don't know. I don't know how these coaches are allowing this to happen. That's the thing that really makes me mad, because the kids are one thing, and sure, they don't get it or whatever, but the coaches.
I mean, they should, but
they should.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's 11-year-olds, 10-year-olds, but the coach, come on, bro, you cannot let your team do this. This is such poor sportsmanship. I hope this goes away very quickly.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I hope it's just outlawed from most, minor league or little league football, youth football. Yeah. It's crazy.
And it's not like you can't see what's happening. They carry the belt to the field. So it's not like that just happened. We didn't know what was going on. It's like, come on, bro. No.
Yeah, no. Absolutely must stop.
Yeah.
All right, so this next one, this conspiracist, I see him a lot on TikTok. This is kind of funny. He's trying to paint the picture that Taylor Swift is this Troy Sivan or whatever, and I think that Troy person is in Australia, maybe.
Yeah.
Not really sure, but this is really quite funny. This is really funny.
Earlier in the program, when I said I'm down with the conspiracy theories, just like you get, this is one where I'm out on. I'm out on this guy's Taylor. So give me a break. This one and the flat Earth. I can't help you guys on those two, and I know those are big.
I've been getting a lot of those flat Earth videos as well, but this one made me laugh.
This is crazy.
I've had some people requesting this one, so let's take a look. Taylor Swift.
I mean, they do look alike.
Australian songwriter, actor Troy Sivan. They look kind of similar, don't they?
I mean, how on earth, seriously,
test.
Could you even?
Seems to match up.
You wouldn't even have time to be Taylor Swift.
Right.
I mean, and be anything else.
That's the thing. I mean, Taylor Swift can't go anywhere without millions of people knowing where she is at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way this guy's Taylor Swift. Yeah, they spin around. I mean, give me a break. Come on, man. I mean, do they look alike? Sure. Could they be Lost Long twins? Maybe. But these are the type of conspiracy theorists that ruin it for all the other good ones that are out there.
Exactly.
And this guy he's like, yeah, trust me. It's like, come on.
Stretch it. And also the fact that they both go on, the same talk shows. I mean, just hilarious. Just very, very funny.
Yeah.
So that I have to throw that in there because, there are some crazy nuts out there.
Yes, there. And this guy is one of them. So just be careful. Listen, there's a lot of people believing a lot of things, but I mean, this is insane.
There is a list of foods that people have said are delicious in small amounts, but gross in big amounts. Has this ever happened to you when you eat something you really love? But you have so much of it, it makes you sick, and then you can't eat it for a while.
If I could stand up here, you would know that answer is no. Although I do have my
I see you
got. Morning, Frederick. No, I love stuff. I eat stuff. I don't get sick of stuff. Now, there's one condition. I think when I was like 9 years old, I ate a whole can of Pringles, and I threw up.
I was just gonna say the Pringles thing for you,
and I didn't eat
remember
Pringles
that.
For a while. I'm back to eating them every once in a while. So that's called taste aversion. So maybe that's a little bit of a sliver of what you're talking about. But I've never gotten sick off of something and then just never eaten it again. I always go, well, I got to go back to eating those.
I might eat those again. Well, in this list, I mean, I do have some like cheesecake. Like I could have a slice of cheesecake, but more than that would be.
See, now I have a high tolerance for sugar. You know me. Like I've actually taken my finger across a cake and scooped up the icing and just eaten it.
Well, that's another one on this list is frosting.
Boy, I could eat a whole can of frosting, but I have whatever it is that stops you regular people from getting, because people are like, I have too much sweet. I can't do it. I don't have whatever that gene is. I lost that one because I can just keep eating. But I could see that for people. How about whipped cream on the list?
Well, no, not whipped cream. I could eat a lot of cotton candy is one.
Well, you don't even eat a lot. It just melts in your mouth. You could eat a ton of cotton candy and never really eat anything.
I always crave it. I get it every year. Once a year, I'll get my cotton candy, and then I can't eat much more after that. That's just, it is a lot. It's a lot of sugar for me.
Yeah.
Somebody said pancakes.
I'm not a big pancake guy. Yeah, I'm not a big pancake guy to start with, so. Yeah.
Okay, I can only eat a couple of, especially now the IHOP ones, which are basically dessert on pancakes. It's like we had the red velvet ones one time, and they have like these salted caramel ones, which I can only have a couple of them.
Yeah, I call those anything but pancakes. It's basically everything in the kitchen except a pancake on it.
And cheese is on the list.
See, now I like some cheese, but yeah, I don't know if I ate enough of it because cheese will bind you up quick.
Yeah.
So that's more of a staying alive type of thing where I'm like, that's too much. You're gonna actually die.
Too much. You're never gonna poop again.
Right?
Ever.
Exactly. It'd be like the bears in hibernation. When they do that thing and they plug it up. That's what I do. But that's called the beginning of football season for me.
Is that what they do? The Bears? They plug it up.
They plug it up because they're gonna be sleeping for 6 months. It's basically what I do. I just stay in my apartment for 6 months because this is the time of year where it starts to get a little cold outside. And I'm like, no, just
dark early.
Yeah, cheese it up and just hope for the best in 3 months.
Cheese it up. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
See you in 6 months.
Yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
That's a good one.
All right, there's your trending stories for this Monday. Danny, fantastic job as always, and I appreciate everybody checking in. Make sure you hit share, like, and comment, and let us know maybe some trending stories that you have. You can leave them in the comments, or if you want us to cover, for sure, we'd love to hear from you.
All right. Have a great day.